it's me, Canadensis, and for today's video we are going to be doing an unboxing of a limited edition Disney doll that I bought off of eBay. I very seldom buy these dolls off of eBay because I don't like to pay over retail. I'm gonna start opening her. That's a thing in most of my collection, is that I don't like to pay over retail for anything, and there's some things that I make exceptions for. And it's really hard to find limited edition Disney dolls for under or at retail cost years later because the nature of a limited edition product and the way the prices go up. So this doll I was watching because I think she was $250 or $230 or something, and that's really close to what I would pay. And this is a wish list doll for me. This is one I really, really wanted. And then randomly in the middle of work, I remember I was walking to the break room and my phone buzzed and I just happened to check it. And it was this doll and it said like eBay offer, respond now, $150, and I was like, so I looked and it was this doll and I could not believe it. It's a COA. Because this is, oh my gosh. I do have a rule that I will not buy multiple of the same character. I have a few exceptions, because these dolls are so expensive, that's the main reason. I have a few exceptions, being Tiana, and this specific doll was one of my big exceptions. Oh my goodness. So this is the limited edition blue Aurora doll. This was, like, this was one of my most wanted dolls out of all of the limited edition Disney dolls. So I cannot believe, not only that I, oh my god, not only that I own this doll now, but that I got her for basically retail. Because I think the offer was like $150 or something, and then plus shipping and plus tax it was like $180-ish, which to me, for a doll that is years old, that's worth as much as this doll is, that was a steal for me, and I happened to have the money at the time, so it worked out really well for me. And oh my god, she's so cool! And technically I don't have a limited edition Aurora doll yet. I have the Disney Castle collection, or Diamond collection, the Disney Parks version, that are like kind of limited edition, but they don't have like numbers or anything. But I was more than happy with that doll, but I just prefer Aurora in her blue dress, and Aurora's Brett's favorite princess as well, so I don't mind having an extra. And then in here we have the COA, which is not in its original thing, which is kind of interesting. So I have number 2990 here. Oh my god, there's only 4,000 of this one? God, the edition sizes were so small. I really appreciate the new edition sizes that are like 9,600. Oh my gosh, she's so pretty. Look how ridiculous her dress is. It is so nice. I'm gonna turn the camera around and show you guys all the full details because I feel so honored to have her. Look at her hair. Oh, and I'll get my other one down too so I can show you them next to each other. Oh my god, she's so pretty. There's just something about the same dress being in blue, and this one's way more detailed than my other one. I always kind of felt sad when I would take, not sad for me, but like when I would take my group pictures of all of my limited edition 17-inch dolls together, Aurora always stuck out because her dress was so like undetailed, and I don't mind that. I actually really like that doll. Like, she's one of my favorite 17-inch dolls, but next to the other ones, people would point out how lackluster she looked, and I'm like, it's because she's not one of these. She's not one of them. But oh my goodness. Alright, I'll be right back. It feels so weird to have this doll in front of me right now because she came out in 2014, I believe. And I remember like seeing her come out and being so sad because I loved her and wanted her so bad, but it wasn't until 2017 that I was able to get my first limited edition Disney doll, and it wasn't until 2018 that I was actually able to start collecting them as they released. And I desperately wanted this doll. There were a lot of dolls at the time, you know, but like this one, the original Elsa, like those as they were coming out, I was head over heels for them, but I couldn't get them, and it was so sad. So sad for me. I mean, just, you know, when you just pine after something and you know you can't have it and it just kind of eats up at you. I know you've been there. As a doll collector, that happens a lot. So this doll has been super expensive since then. She's clearly a very loved one, and you can see why. And she's one of the only dolls, especially of this quality, of Aurora in her blue dress. And I just really like the blue dress. I think the shade of blue is what I like so much because I love me a good pink dress too, but God, I love blue. Almost all of my limited edition Disney dolls are blue, by the way. Like, I set up a rainbow and they're all blue. So, I do have a type. She's so pretty. Look at her face. Her face is, I'm going to do a comparison at the end, but her face is actually pretty different from my other Aurora, which I appreciate. Sorry, saying her name 1,000 times in a row is making, like, it's starting to become not a word in my brain anymore. Love the crown. It's got rhinestones. It's got a really nice finish to it. It's very pretty, and her hair is incredible. It's more of a gold tone than the other doll, which you'll see at the end, and then it's a little messy just because this is an unboxed doll that I bought off of eBay, but I love the shine in it. It looks so beautiful. It's this tinsel. I love tinsel personally, and this is actually really high quality, like, hair grade tinsel, so it's not just like weird Christmas tree type tinsel. It's actually like really nice. If we look at her dress, oh, well, there's the necklace. Of course, she has to have it, and it has little rose detailing in it as well, and rhinestones, of course. The top of the dress is super cool. It's the biggest departure from my other one. Oh my god. I love this. I don't even know where to begin to call that something, but it's so nice. And this dress looks like much more accurate of a period piece than her dress in the actual movie looks, which I think is so cool. I love these. I have no idea what to call these. These are like sleeve capes, and they house the thinner sleeves underneath, and look at all of the embroidery and detail going on here. It's beautiful, and look at that trim right there. So nice. And then the bodice is absolutely ridiculous, and the best part, not the best part, but one of the coolest parts is that everything continues onto the back, every little bit of the design. She has this little rose belt thing, which is an homage to her name, of course. I don't believe she has like any kind of belt in the actual design. I could be wrong, I guess. It's so cool. This dress is so cool. And then her skirt is rhinestone heaven. Look at this. And I love the way they did the panels. So they would do one big satin panel with all of the embroidery, and then in between they would do pleats with this like chiffon underneath, and it makes this really nice dimensional effect. I really like this idea. I'm gonna stop comparing to the other Aurora because I'm gonna show you at the end. I'm so sorry. Beautiful embroidery. Look at the design on this. Insane. And then continues on to the back. Even the back pieces have that embroidery on it, which is shocking, actually. Like, I would not expect that, even from a doll from this like golden era of limited editions. And then let's see her shoes. I actually don't know what her shoes would be. Ah, yes. They are just these are the Disney Store classic move to give an extremely like opulent, amazing doll the most ugly, boring flats in the world, but you're not gonna see them, so it's whatever. Most people don't even unbox the dolls, so details like that will not be noticed. Alrighty. I love her so much. She is, I'm not gonna say like, oh, I can see why people prefer like the older dolls 100% of the time, because there are a lot of newer dolls that are very comparable to this, like the Voyager Moana, Sax Cinderella, Vanessa. There's several dolls that I think are up to par with this one, but my god, this quality. I wonder if there's different designers on these than before, because I think the newer designs tend to be a little bit simpler, and I don't think that's necessarily a cost-cutting measure. I think it's more just the taste of the designers. I don't know. Alright, now I'm going to compare her to my other Aurora doll. Here are my two 17-inch Aurora dolls, and you can see just how remarkably different they are. It's not just this is the pink dress and this is the blue dress. They're very different, and I think that's why I'm okay with having two dolls with the same dress going on here, because, you know, with my doll budget as it is right now, getting two of the same character as opposed to getting a character that I don't have is not generally something I'm going for, but I just couldn't help it with this one. She's just one of my grails, you know? Oh my goodness. And they're actually remarkably different dolls. I was really impressed. Her hair is much redder, which honestly I think I prefer, but I understand why they went with this gold hair color here, because there's so much gold in the outfit, whereas with this one they didn't include as much gold. They actually have more silver going on in this outfit. The faces are also pretty different too. I don't know if they have a different face mold, but something about the nose seems different, but it's probably just the way the face paint is done. This screening style is pretty different from this one. Like, I feel like the eye shape is actually different too, and they have different side glancing eyes. I think that the crown and the necklace, they're very similar. Like, they look like the identical mold, but these ones are smaller. So I don't know if they like have a 3D model for this and they just shrunk it. Like, I don't know. But see how they're smaller? Like, it's smaller. It's very interesting. Dress design itself is wildly different. This has like a sweetheart neckline with little puff sleeves. It doesn't have actual sleeves to the hand. Instead, it has these little glove sleeve things with no mitten, thankfully. I don't like the mitten that they always do. And obviously this one has this really opulent situation at the top. And then this one opts to have a very subtle nod to this weird triangle thing that Aurora's dress has in the movie. I definitely prefer this. I think it looks a lot less costumey, but you know, this is more classically Aurora, and this doll is based on the, like, Disney Parks face character, I'm pretty sure. So that would explain why it's like this. And then the bottom of the dress is where this doll specifically loses me, because it's just this weird, like, organza situation that's gathered. I like it, but it's confusing. This is kind of weird, but it looks good. I like it. And this doll's actually at a much cheaper price point too. And then she has actual little pumps on. They're still really boring, but you know, they have something to them. Whereas this one is very, just those slippers. So I thought I'd compare them because I don't know if I've ever seen somebody compare these two dolls specifically, especially out of box, and they are actually remarkably different. Oh, one big difference that I'm confused by is that this doll has a fantastic range of head motion, and this one just doesn't. Did they, like, change the neck joint? I don't know. And with that, that's it for this video. Thank you guys so much for watching. I'd love to know who your favorite is and why. I do have to say that this doll lived up to all the hype that I gave her in my head. She's amazing. And I'm so grateful that I had the opportunity to add her to my collection, especially at such a wonderful price. Very, very, very grateful and excited. I think she's so beautiful. She's so extravagant and impressive, and I love that she's more historically accurate as opposed to movie accurate. I think that's super interesting, because we've had a million more movie accurate Auroras, and I like that this one is more, like, parks themed. I really would love to someday get a hold of that Ariel Parks doll. I really regret missing out on her, and because that green dress is weird to me. Like, I'm not the biggest fan of it, but I like that that doll is, like, a Parks face character Ariel doll. I think that's really cool, and I wish they'd kept doing this. For some reason, these dolls did not do well, so they just kind of stopped doing it, unfortunately. But yeah, that's it for this video. I'm so happy. I'm so excited. Sorry, this was just, like, such a grail for me. I don't know. I don't normally share my grails with you, but maybe I have mentioned this one before. I don't share my grails just because I feel like people will steal my grail list and then buy them all, and it's agitating. Anyway, that's it for this video. Thank you guys so much for watching for all this time. Bye!